Hello everyone, welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. We are back at the Goblin Lair, throne room basically, with the dragon right next to us, and we are kind of afraid of talking with her again, just to not risk a possible another escapade into the barrel. That's something that we've lived through in the last episode, but we might at the very least look around and check what other fantastic things are hidden in this place. Are some people just reading and just doing all, kind of stuff around this place, basically taking care of this little community. We still technically can talk with her. I don't think we can behold anything else. We've already had like the highest possible score there. However, let me check. I'm gonna rifle. I don't remember if I did that. Pixie Dust Slash. Dexterity check, but that doesn't really give us anything. And there's also this Ring of Regeneration. Okay. Is she not a dragon then? Or maybe she's as a dragon using some kind of pixie stuff to, hide her true identity. That's possible. Anyway, let's try again talking with her. Just for the, extra bit of excitement in our life. Cleric. The lady leans back in her throne. You've returned. What are you really? I don't know if I should ask that question when I'm surrounded by all of the, people here, but this is not an underlined question, right? So it should be safe to ask that. Let's see. Oh shit, the music stopped. At the moment the music stops, you know that something's gonna happen. Probably not good something. You know what I mean. Her eyes light up. Leave us. Oh shit, I'm scared now. The goblins surrounding her throne all pause and look at her. Leave us now. My lady, you too, Snell. The goblin looks confused at the both of you. Then he bows his head. Yes, my lady. Well then, what is it you see so well, Cleric? An inane observation, perhaps? You're a dragon? That is my nickname, yes, but I can see you mean something else. You're very easy to read, you see, unlike me, which makes me all the more impressed. Even after that running away little skit, well, I guess it's the fact that we are able to somehow pierce through her veil of whatever it is, kind of magic that she's using. I guess that makes us impressive. I mean, it was an impressive roll. Yeah, I have an eye for these kind of things, reading people and such. I think I got lucky. Something's just off about you. So you are a dragon. I think I'm gonna try to play it off as, we can read people and stuff. If you tell anyone, I'll kill you. If you act annoying, I kill you. She smirks. I hope you enjoy sharing this little secret with me. The dragon laughs to herself. How awesome! A dragon. You must serve her well. It's a failure, though. So strength is like doing its best to just kind of become subservient to her. No wonder she's got such a pompous way about her. It is actually very interesting to speak with a real dragon. They are considered very rare these days. Especially one powerful enough to polymorph like this. Careful now, you only get one shot at this. This is a... She just loves them. Why does she sit upon this throne? She just loves them. The questions or the thrones? She just loves them. This technically was a very difficult check. 25 would be the normal DC. I wonder, I do have those shards. I could technically redo this check if it fails. So maybe it's fine, right? Maybe we'll have a luck again after all that stuff that happened just a while ago. Let's try it. Well, that doesn't bode well. You watch her, yet you cannot comprehend her cause. Yet you understand well that there are many reasons why a dragon would want such followers as these goblins. A woman on a throne of wood. You're very interesting, Lady Sageleaf. I'm unsure if I should see that as any type of compliment, Cleric. She smirks. Once you finish this mess, bring Snell to me. He has served well for many years. I want him to know as well. After a quick call out, the goblins flood back into the chamber. Good talk, Cleric. Now shoot. Your companion approaches you after Sageleaf ushers you away. What the hell did you talk about? He shakes his head. Actually, don't tell me. She would get mad if you did. You will find out in time. What? In time. What the fuck? That's so incredibly ominous. Sorry, I mean, it's just... Look, just shut up. I don't want to know now. Time to go. Time to go then. That was a interesting talk. Well, now we are 100% sure that she's a dragon, right? So we don't have to, like, wonder about it. I wonder if we can still talk with her, or if she's gonna get impatient and angry at us. No, she's not getting angry, so we could still technically talk about other stuff. Is this your garden? No, this is a sanctuary for all. I'm just its keeper. Take a deep breath. How? How does this garden function? We use naturally occurring light sprites. Natural? No, magical. Must be left over of some old arcane experiment. Further below, we also cultivate a range of deep fungi. If you meet her, speak with my gardener. She can speak more on the subject. Do people live down here? Yes. Goblins live down here, and other lower beings. Got it. Nice garden. I'm not gonna like try to discuss with her whether this is her garden or not. This is just a point of rhetoric at this point, and I think it's okay. It is clearly her garden. She's trying to keep up appearances as a benevolent leader, I guess. I mean, she might be a benevolent leader for all we know. It does seem like those goblins feel awfully, I would say, comfortable in her presence. I mean, still paying her enough respect, but like this guy doesn't scream to me like he is afraid of anything happening to him immediately right now. So yeah, I guess that's a nice leader to have, like a true dragon for a bunch of goblins. Probably the best possible leader, right? I think so. I have some other stuff than T-Shop to report. Interesting. Do I have something to report? T-Shop first, Cleric. Focus on that first. Snell. Not smell. He's not called Smell. He's called Snell. Jesus Christ, this name is gonna drive me insane. T-Shop first. T-Shop first. Jeez, fine. Jeez, a common slang shortened from Jesus. Yeah, interesting. Often used to exclaim a sense of shock or annoyance. What's Jesus then? A titan. Oh, sure. It was a titan, alright. A titan who roamed Ascani during the Fade era. Famous for his visual similarity to a goose, only a lot bigger. Some ancient monument found in modern day Visca seems to indicate that this titan died for the sins of all minor geese. Poor geese, right? They had, at least they had their own, you know, Jesus. Visca is a collection of loose dwarven cities in northwestern Ascani, also known as the Visca Kingdoms. Okay. So this HWBT, what exactly is it? She snorts. It's an affiliation, an organization, a family. Your family? Yes. That's a lot of kids. The lady raises her chin. Any goblinoid willing to serve the family is welcome to my loving embrace. Are you registered at the Tithe House? Of course. What do you take me for, some huckster? We are registered as a tribal organization, with some special regards. Why is it called the Halfway Bridge Tribe? She takes a deep breath. I'd say it's obvious. My people have lived in the tunnels of Tolstad for 5 generations. 5 goblin generations, that's around 50 years. Oh! Okay. That's kind of... that indicates that they are short-lived, right? I wonder if this is like naturally short-lived species or just like goblins in general tend to get into scuffle with a lot of adventurers. I guess by the standards of usual, you know, RPGs. Maybe not here. The tunnels underneath the famous broken bridge of Norvik. The bridge that only reaches halfway across the river. Underneath the famous... I need to read it again, actually. The famous broken bridge of Norvik. The bridge that only reaches halfway across the river. Okay. When I united us, that name grew popular. What's your role here? My role? She cackles. I'm the director of operations. Okay, then. COO. I have other questions, I guess. What are you voting in the upcoming election? Sure, why not ask that as well? You dare tread onto such volatile grounds. Here, in my chambers. Yes. Really? It shakes. You dare ask of my political opinions. This is a... that is underline question. I fail to see how this is a problem. I'm just like genuinely asking whether this, you know, is actually... what is actually her opinion? Yes, fuck it. Okay, well, I haven't decided. Oh. Her eyes dart around the chamber to her subjects. Then her gaze lands on you once more. Yet. That's the best answer you'll get. She knows what's up. So you're not leaning in any particular direction, or... No. And I encourage every one of my subjects to think for themselves on what they wish to vote. She's incredible. And a political tour de force. That's all for now. Thank you, Miss Dragon Goblin Queen. I think that's enough here with her, but we still can talk with Snell a little bit, right? Did we behold him? Oh, we did, but, you know, like, we can discern this really amazing, powerful, majestic dragon lady hidden by some ancient magic, possibly of Fey origin, but we can't tell anything about Snell, who is a level 3 rogue. Well, we can tell that as much. That's amazing. That's really what I would expect from Cleric, honestly. Let's talk with Snell. Maybe we have something to actually talk about. You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Remind me, what were we doing again? Apart from disturbing the peace, he laughs. What do you want to know? Tell me again about this tea shop. Again, he asks. You want me to go over the general stuff? Again? Yes, please. Okay, sure. Okay. He groans. So, the tea shop blows up on Tolstad. And Tolstad is this place, right here. Sure, yeah. You see pain across the goblin's pointy face. It's a district in the city, like in the center of the city, in the river. I know this, but thanks for sharing. Okay, so again, midday, 22nd, reports of a burning local tea shop on Pillar Road. Militia arrives in no time, puts out the flames, keeps them from spreading, etc. Few injuries nearby, no casualties. Turns out the shop was closed at the time of the incident. The city declares it a fireplace failure. HWBT disputes it, asking for a cleric to check for esoteric circumstances. Said cleric arrives late. That's you, by the way, just to be mind-numbingly clear. Now, I don't know about you, but he mutters and looks over his shoulder. Tea shops don't explode out of nowhere. Right before election too, the goblin scoffs. Whole thing stinks. I am the cleric. Yep, you are a cleric, he repeats and rubs his nose. Not just a cleric, the cleric. He looks to his right and left. I don't see anyone else in Earthguard colors here. So sure, the cleric. There are not many Earthguard these days in general, and the ones who are around are stretched thin, you would know. You sure it's not just an accident? Like I told you before, there's several key details pointing towards this being a rogue spellcaster. More importantly, an explosion was heard throughout Tolstad in the night. It woke me up as well, shook all the way down the halls. That is exactly why you are here. A caster with that kind of destructive power would be exceedingly dangerous. To apprehend this criminal would be the right thing to do. You must do so before he's able to hurt more innocent folk. We bring this guy down together, before the election is over. Why does it stink? Maybe you don't see it. I'd say it's pretty obvious. The city said they performed a proper investigation of the tea shop rubble. I know for a fact that they never let anyone in. The guards posted by the entrance get switched out in 12-hour shifts, and apart from the street cleanup crews, ain't no one been in the actual shop. Huh. Isn't it too dangerous to enter? Like, couldn't it just collapse any second? That was the official line until their investigation was suddenly complete. If that ain't a fucking stinker, he says and clicks his tongue. It's a dwarven granary originally. Sure, the wooden interior went up in flames, but the structure of the building itself won't exactly come crashing down if we step inside. It's bullshit, plain and simple. What is the militia? A volunteer force. They handle a lot of stuff, helping the community, handling disputes, fires. Such good-natured humans. Impressive. They're mostly made up of goblins. Huh. Nobody else would want to do that sort of shit work. If you want to speak with them, you can find their hangout over by the docks. We're probably gonna visit them, definitely. I want to ask some stuff about this so-called election. I don't know what to tell you, it's voting. Democracy. It's kind of a big deal, I guess, so it could be relevant for the tea shop incident. Doesn't sound relevant to the shift. No, it does, kinda. I mean, it could be, as we have discussed already, kind of a thing that someone did to send a message of sorts. Just, I wonder what's the message. Doesn't seem like it sounded out clearly. What are you voting for? None of your business. Interesting response. Let's see if we can figure this little fellow out, shall we? He says it like it's his default response. He has something to hide. Everyone is like in agreement here. We could technically go for this challenging test. I mean, at one point, we only need to roll... need to roll 13, right? To get to 18. Because we just need to meet it to beat it. So let's do that. God damn it. It wasn't that far away, I guess. Sadly, okay, listen to this shit. How about you say, shit, I don't think anything is gonna help us here. I'm a sad, broken man who doesn't deserve to hear your political opinions. He stares at you for a while, his expression morphing from frustration to confusion. Ultimately, the goblin shakes his head as if to rid himself from your statement. Anyway, shall we get going? We could do it one more time. I don't think it's worth it at this point. Maybe a bit later. Maybe if we get... can we even get charisma higher? I mean, technically with some items, right? Maybe at that point we're gonna just redo it. Fair enough. Fairly fair indeed. Anything else you want to know? Other question. Other question? Yes. Okay. Go solo? No. So what's your position in all of this? Whatever do you mean by that, Cleric? Why are you helping me in this rough world of us? I'm here on behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Her will is for the streets of Tolstad to not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. Her will be done, so to say. What if it bursts into flames in the middle of the night instead? Oh, that's a good question. That's a trick question. We got him now. On the ropes. I don't think she'd like that either. Fuck. He was kinda prepared for this question, huh? But why are you really here? My motives are not of interest, Cleric. False. Motive is imperative in reaching into the heart of someone. He does not want to disclose his inner feelings to you. Understandable, you're kinda creepy. Oh, what? No way! We are so prim and proper, we have such a great helmet, and we are lovable. I just want my own charisma to remember that. You got any family? I'm a goblin, what do you think? Goblins normally live in tribal societies with a broad family structure. Your companion most likely has at the very least a dozen or so siblings. Any less would be remarkable, even in Norvik. Why would you care about goblin family structures? They don't even have their own culture. That was the point of their genocide. Jesus Christ. What do you mean they don't have their culture? It seems like they kinda do stuff, and that's kind of a culture, right? I would say anything that we do can become culture, or even is culture. You got wife and kids? Nah, single for now. And trust me, this goblin ain't getting no offspring. Oh, that's more interesting. Thank the gods for that. Oh, I guess that's biological then. Yeah, fuck them kids. I see. Why would you say that? Kids are wonderful. Ah, fuck them kids. The goblin rubs his temples. I don't think that kind of helped him, to be honest. Maybe he actually grieves about the situation and we are so fucking insensitive right now. Well, I'm sorry, I guess. I have some other questions. Where do I sleep tonight? I don't know, Cleric. Still early a bit. Well, it is afternoon, but we still have some time. He gives you a defeated look. Can the city pay for something? You're a cleric, for God's sake. I can just not sleep. That's fine, right? Are you asking for permission? You'll get exhausted if you don't sleep, Cleric. If you do not take a long rest, 8 hours before dawn, you'll get 6 levels of exhaustion. If you get 10 levels of exhaustion, you die. Okay, I kinda need to sleep then. I really should find a place to sleep. Smartest thing you've said all day. Can I sleep with you? Can just sleep here. He looks around. Just here? Yeah, it's not so bad. Right here? He's reacting to your current environment. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. Can I sleep with you? No, and seriously, don't phrase it like that. Maybe I can sleep with Visken? You're probably too warm for him, and don't phrase it like that. Can I sleep in the Goblin Garden? No. Or, I mean, he thinks about it for a second and then once again says, no. Guess I could ask the Coin Lord? Ah, yeah, Darrow's your boss on this job, isn't he? Guess you got another thing to talk to him about. Fun. Well, let's go then. We will tackle the matter of sleeping. I guess it's technically afternoon. It would be good to find a place to sleep, even if we don't go to sleep necessarily right now. Just to be extra safe. Is there anything here that we can... Well, there are many doors. Oh, what is that? A not so tiny dictator. Dictator, actually. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else in the vicinity. Could we go there? There are some stairs right there. I don't know if we need to go there. So, like a lot of possible places we could visit. What's here? Let's take a look. A tunnel to Central Tolstad. Okay. Actually, you know what, guys? Let's just go to Central Tolstad. Like, that's the first kind of corridor that we see. We're gonna just use it, and we'll see what's gonna happen thanks to that. This is Central Tolstad. There is some places here. Oh, that's the pillar. The pillar, actually. Right? The one that we spotted down below. Intact and endlessly rising pillar. Endlessly rising pillar. Interesting. Can we commune with it now? The pillar of your towers before you. He's speaking to you. I'm gonna touch the wondrous pillar. You place your hand upon the smooth surface. The whisper gets louder. It says something to you, something weird. No, wait. It's a conversation. One you don't take part in. Guess you can try to join. Oh, this is a very... Oh, disadvantage. The goblin is impatient. Fuck that. Disadvantage is gonna be a problematic thing because, like, we do have, even with the disadvantage, actually very big chance to pass it. So maybe that's not gonna be a problem. No, it's not gonna be a problem. Great. It's 18. That's much higher than we needed. Speak. Hello? The goblin perks up. Not me. Sorry. The pillar vibrates. Yeah, I guess he... I wonder what he's thinking about us right now as we are kind of talking to the pillar. Hello. The whisper lies inside of you or something. It says, he's here. Who is here? It says, divinity. It says, death. It says, necrocrat. What? The voice ends. Your hand is repelled from the surface. Ouch. Weird. You understand plainly there is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time and further below. Yeah, we were at a place where this pillar, not filler, was, and I think it was too difficult at that time. I don't remember. We weren't able to communicate, it seems. However, it's good to know that we've got some knowledge from it. That is cool. So many people here. What is that? What is that? What is that? I want to see that. That question mark. The depths of Tolstad. Okay. There is a shifty looking guy right here. Or just a cleric. Not a cleric. We are the cleric. We are the cleric. Let's not forget about that. And this place is freaking big. There's a lot of different places to go, and I already can feel that we are gonna get so lost. But let's start from the top, actually. Let's start from the top. We're gonna visit all the doors that, aside from this one. This one we're gonna leave at the end, because it seems like it's important. Although, actually, if it's so late... Oh, let's try anyway. Let's see what is here. The marking on the door says, see me, son of Strokeback. What if we just try to engage with it? You approach the green door. Check who lives here. See me. One of the Asgals. Nice guy. I don't know if I need to talk with them right now. Right? I don't think there is any necessity. I'm gonna try just for the kicks of it right now. You knock twice in a polite fashion. Knock, a second level transmutation unlocks things. The definition of locked has been stretched over the centuries, but the spell works on most closed containers or entryways. And we've gained some XP. A long time passes. No one? No one. Guess we'll have to try again some other day. Guess I'll come back tomorrow. I guess it wasn't Simi. Do we have some kind of like... Yeah, that's pretty good, but I was kind of thinking about people. City skills, esoterics, folk. Yeah, folk. Wasn't Simi... Oh, this is folk as in species and stuff. I need certain specific people. I don't think I'm gonna find it here. Although there is a lot of information in this journal. Even pertaining to attributes. Like, I didn't check that. It's like, what is it? 4th hour of us playing this game, but I haven't checked this place at all. Fanskap? A dwarven word. Oh, yeah, that was the word. Okay, I don't think we have people here. Sadly. Geography, I'm gonna check one more time very quickly. Doesn't seem like that's the case. Well, but it's good that we can go back to this particular kind of like lore book and check all this kind of stuff. However, maybe in questing we'll have some information. A political arcanist, election week, sure. We also have cleric on 4. Druid on 1, yeah, we did unlock that, so that's good. What was the... There was one place, class conflict? No. Phoenix folio. Also not the one. Circle square conflict. Oh, yeah. Alphos. It was Alphos. It wasn't... Maybe the other one was Simi. Never mind. I'm gonna go further down below. Let's see what we can find. Maybe here. Let's first check the R&A. Okay. Can I enter? I mean, this is just some random apartment. I see. I guess until we have some like valid reason to go there, maybe it's better to not. Although sometimes, you know, you do discoveries by entering random places. The slit mailbox says Snell. Oh, we're definitely gonna go there. We don't even need to knock. I mean, Snell is with us, so... Hi there, buddy. What do you have here? I need to check. It's a bit high up. Can I kind of trifle? No. That's sad. How can he reach there? Yeah, beholding is not that necessary right now. Welcome to my pad. Go ahead, root around as much as you want. Sarcasm. Really? No, don't touch anything. He says, I'm not sure how this is in any way useful for the job, but let me know when you're done looking around. Looking. Nothing else. How much is the rent? Not so bad, thanks to the old lady. She looks after her own. Not every goblin is so lucky. Yeah, I've noticed that you've got it pretty nice here. You know there are 3 tribes in the city, right? The halfways get by real well thanks to Lady Sageleaf. But it didn't used to be that way, and most goblins have a real hard time getting by here. Most guilds won't exactly hire a goblin just like that. What? That's illegal. I know, doesn't stop them. We're not human, so by default, on average, we're not trusted. Back in the day, there were apparently a bunch of programs meant to push us into the workforce, anti-discrimination laws, goblin public works projects, but the support for those ran out way before I was born. So, most kids just fall into crime. They can't do that. They need to try harder. Crime is the easy way. I'm not gonna say that, come on. I mean, crime is not good, of course, but like, it seems like those fellows were dealt a really bad hand. That's understandable. It's the only path for... No, they can't do that. In Norvik, it's illegal to be a criminal. Now, that's, you know, that's an important thing to remember, you know. Some rules to our chaotic life in this place. Crimes are illegal. That's arguably one of the dumbest things you've ever said. Ha! You clearly haven't heard everything I've said. That's fortunately true, he sighs. Imagine you're a goblin kid. You spent most of your day in the Warren with 20 others your age. There's barely any resource to actually teach you all the human stuff we are legally forced to be taught. If you're lucky, you've got one parent with a stable income. Otherwise, you'll be living in the dormitories. No support system. No chance to integrate into the city you're supposed to be living in. If you're lucky, you'll get a dangerous gig in the tunnels. If not, the only way for you to get enough money for food beyond the basic handouts is joining a syndicate. They recruit young to keep you in the juvenile stockade if you get caught. Starting as an errand boy, ending up as whatever they need for their enterprises. Then you bring home a heavy pouch of crowns for your mom and pops. What are they gonna do? Turn the little kid in? Or accept the only major income the household's gotten in months? Maybe they'll even encourage you, push you to get real friendly with the local runner. Weren't you a runner? Runner and a handler? Yeah. It's complicated, but... The Halfway Bridge tribe is classified as a syndicate. We run things in a similar sense to the Ishki and the NMBT. Except we do things strictly by the book. We don't run drugs for one. What's Ishki though? One of 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, commonly called the Water Goblins due to their river expertise. Okay. Led by a council of 3 Nilbogs housed in a lighthouse. Though they call it a wizard's tower in Dvargby. Dvargby is one of the 5 districts in Norvik located in and around the Great Steam Pit in northwestern Norvik. We keep Water Lane free of smuggling. And most importantly, we keep the youth out of it, and we keep the other tribes at an arm's length. Lady Sageleaf is real draconian in that regard. Everyone, and I mean everyone, in our tribe gets a job and a good salary. We've tried pushing this method, a support system, onto the other tribes, but it's hard and not always popular. We're the small, annoying, cultish tribe of Tolstad, after all. He sighs. Again, so it is what it is. What a rant. You're working hard for your lady. I sure do. You live here alone? Yep. It's a cool place, thanks. But doesn't it get lonely, though? I don't spend much time here. How long have you lived here? He glances at the ceiling. I don't know. 3 years, 4? Gods, has it been that long? And what does it cost? 100 a month? Real cheap. But I got a special deal because of the HWBT gig. That's a real good for such a fancy apartment. The old lady takes care of her own, eh? You like living here? It's central, right next to the garden. That's all I really care about. Although the ventilation system is pretty sweet during these colder months. Ventilation system in Tolstad is full of tiny holes and air shafts. These circulate air from the river winds all throughout the tunnels. No one knows fully how they work, but they circulate both heated and cooled air, most likely magical in nature. That's good information, thank you. What about you? Where do you live, Cleric? Time to dance around the subject. I live with my mom. I mean, I live with my mom. You do? It's honorable. Traditional family housing is good for society. That's a good point. God fucking damn it. I kinda knew we were gonna get hurt for saying that. I wonder if we're maybe gonna get some kind of resistance at some point to embarrassing statements, because we are just making them all the time. It does not mean harm, yet it hurts. Well, anyway, he tries to not linger on the subject since he sees your pain. She's not home a lot, so I mostly have it to myself. I used to live in the towers, but they kicked me out. I'm gonna go into that. Huh. Can I ask why? Yeah. Okay, then... Look, they just had some problems with some of my writing. Your writing? What? Can't be that bad at spelling, eh? I know that we're kind of like letting this, you know, person that we just kind of met and don't really know that well, we let him all this kind of information, let him know them. But the thing is, like, we are also kind of learning about ourselves thanks to that. So I am okay with him knowing a little bit more about us, if that means that we can also, you know, learn about ourselves as well, if that makes any sense. Funny. Idiotic comment. Light apostasy. The unofficial mark of a traitor. Whoa, 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 that's a true wall of text. I got a new patriarch who didn't like me, and then when I presented an argument for a republican revolution without the influence of the free cities, they said it was a misuse of state resources, and they branded me with a minor case of dereliction. Really, it's all overblown, and Björn uses the same copper press all the time for a bunch of personal stuff, and he never gets in trouble over it, so it just seems really overblown to me, and yeah. I like this, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna let him know. He listens to your rant with an intense interest. So they can just do that, toss you out. Apparently. Well, sounds like bullshit, but you're still employed as a cleric. Of course, this was just a disciplinary action. They've been mad at me since I refused to register as a member of the Party of Norvik. Interesting. So this whole thing is sort of like a redemption run for you then. Solving the mystery of the tea shop that exploded and so on, rejoin the fold. No, fuck them. I don't know if I'm gonna select that. I'm just like... It's funny how I'm instantly, like my eyes are instantly drawn to those kind of words. Like I see them as the first thing. Like there was like 5 choices here, right? And I just immediately saw that no, fuck them. But let's just kind of give ourselves a chance and read what actually is happening here. Yes, redemption is within grasp, and I'll jump right onto the party. It doesn't matter, once the election is over, I'll go back to doing Asgalist activism. I'll solve it to prove my abilities, eventually lead the city myself. I don't care anymore. Fuck them, they're all going to get thrown out when the Free Striders take over. Oh, this is kind of making me allied with Free Striders a little bit, right? I'm not sure I want that, but on the other hand, I'm not sure what other options I do have, and I feel like playing as absolutely a political guy is gonna probably at some point just either become boring or problematic to the story. So, or maybe we're just gonna be super chaotic and we're just gonna choose all the fucking parties. That could also be fun. We'll see. But for now, let me ally with Free Striders for a moment. He lets out a big laugh. Truest thing you've said all day. As per usual, good luck with that. So about the mother, we're still there. I can't afford my own place. The economy is shit, I agree. And she's not home a lot, so I mostly have it to myself. Oh, that also makes it more understandable. I don't mean to get all personal, but if I had to live with my mother, I'll probably end up like one of those energy zombies. An esoterically infused undead creature more akin to a ghost than a regular zombie. They're mostly harmless, apart from slowly draining folk into exhaustion. Common in Old City Wall. So I don't know. If I lived with my mother, I wouldn't think it's that problematic, to be honest. Definitely, you know, my mother's a lovely person, so why would I have a problem with that? Although, it's not like I wanna go back and, you know, do that. But just, it is what it is, I guess. Maybe that's why I'm not reacting to Cleric living with his mother so strongly, because it doesn't register to me as something problematic, and especially in this economy, right? Old City Wall. The only part of Old Wall still standing in full, it stands at an impressive height of 90 feet and casts shadow upon the streets below. It's filled with apartments and businesses right in the heart of the housing district. One of 5 districts in Norvik, the poorer area on the west side of the river, named as such due to the Urf folk originally being housed here while Urf cleared out the ruins in what is now known as the Palace. Okay. Palace probably another district, right? Explains why he's so against the idea of generational housing. Housing, a nickname for the housing district where the poor live. Also, there is... Wait, wasn't that... Yeah, it was the same. Okay, I was just like confused for a second because we just learned about the poor district. Okay, let's talk about something else, please. It's a nice apartment. Or be less nice. This is much less goblin-y than... No, it's a nice apartment. I don't mind Snell. Snell is a good guy. He's kinda... I mean, I don't know if he's good, if he is a good guy. He's just met him, but he's not the worst person, right? Yeah, I'm not here a lot. The goblin laughs. I'd argue it's much better than usual. One time, I was on a date. Brought her back here. Terrible idea. The date was already going poorly. Imagine her expression when she steps in here, and there's a pile of reports all over the floor, a blocked drain in the kitchen sink, and 15 confiscated bowls of pixie dust piled in the corner. Let me tell you, took her 10 seconds to come up with excuse. This is one of his favorites. He tells this one to everyone. As his laughter fades, he looks around the place and tells you, anyway, looks better these days. Figured if I'm such a neat goblin like everyone says, I might as well keep my apartment clean too. A girl? Yeah. Back when I was still looking for that sort of thing. You know, getting tied down, so on. In the metaphorical sense. What about you? No! Stop asking questions! I have only 4 HP left. Just leave me alone. I know. Our cleric lives with, you know, their mother. He doesn't have a girl, but he has a date. He has a date set up. The question cuts tiny little holes in your inside skull. Clerics are popular, right? I'm so afraid of every single phrase causing another damage die to be rolled. Avoid, abort, alert! He's not allowed to ask you personal things like that. Breathe heavily. Okay, we're gonna try changing the subject. Mainly because I really don't want to die here. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna tactfully. We're gonna do it so tactfully. What's it gonna be? He's expecting an answer, so you're going to have to give one. Not a lie, though. You can handle that right now. Too much pressure, clearly. Too much. Yeah, listen to your gut. So what do I say? Just keep it simple. Dismiss the question in a nice way. Like this. Nothing lately. I'm busy with work. Be cool. Yeah, sure. Now, change the subject now. You seem like the type to be busy with work too. Oh yes. For the last few years, I've just been focused on the... Oof. Okay, the music started again. We're safe, I think. We're safe, at least for now. But, you know, I'm at this point, I'm kind of considering using the spell. Because it's... Oh, actually, I could use the spell right now. Let's use the spell. Fuck it. Just 4 hit points. This possibly could be much more, but... Okay, at least I don't think we're gonna die immediately if he asks or says something embarrassing for us. I've just been focused on the halfways and whatever the old lady needs of me. Don't mean to sound ungrateful though. I do love it. It's real rewarding. What kind of reward? Like treasure? Treasure of the soul? Sounds esoteric. The goblin takes a breath. I'll tell you to look at it from a goblin perspective, but let me put it like this. Lady Sageleaf gave me options in a world of railroad tracks. I get to help my people and get real fucking good at it. So for now, I'm going to keep doing it. Well, better than getting bored. That's for sure. This definitely is not the type of job that ever leaves you bored. He grins. Anyhow, anything else you want to chat about or can we get going? Cool. Thanks for the talk. Oh, it's already like 5 p.m. in this place. I'm scared. Maybe he'll let me crash if I just stay here, actually. Let's see. A mass-produced glowstone lantern. I'm gonna engage. A glowstone lantern. It appears to be non-functional. I'm gonna fix it. My intelligence is actually pretty high, so I shouldn't have any problems with... Oh my god, not 20. Let's go for the stupidest thing. Of course, we're gonna get net 20, because that makes sense. You spend a few minutes looking it over, realizing a bit later than you should have that there is an esoteric effect on the lantern itself. Investigating it further reveals the issue. The glowstone's connection with the flimsy metal plate around it. While the heat remained and the stone is quite hot, its weak esoteric light was esoterically spread out across the full surface of the lantern instead of focused on the glowstone itself. Let's reattach the glowstone without burning yourself. With a quick snap, light returns to the lantern. Such a simple solution. You should have come up with it quicker. I fixed the lamp, Snell. Ah, thanks. Gives you a thumbs up. Such gratitude. Now you won't have to trip when going to the bathroom in the middle of the night anymore. That's not really a problem, you know. He points at his eyes. Dark vision. Then why do you have a lamp? That's a good question, actually. It's not perfect dark vision. He stretches a bit. But yeah, the fixed lamp will help. Thanks again, Cleric. I'm so good at tinkering with stuff. You're slightly above average, which says more about the average than it does about you. Nice. We're gonna leave. We are gonna leave. The lamp is fixed. That's great. You do not... Oh, that's a bathroom. Okay. We don't need to relieve ourselves. What is that? Ah, bagatelle. The goblin has some good taste then. Bagatelle. Is that some kind of like... I don't know what it is. I guess some kind of art, right? Probably. He has a lot of stuff here. And there is a bed. What's that? He sure is the type to have a photo of himself on the wall. Oh, fuck. Actually, that's true. That is his photo on the wall. And also family, I guess. Yeah, family. Interesting. And there is our Lady Dragon. Sage Leaf, I mean. Let's see. One of Snell's boxes. I really want to trifle. Oh, shh. No, I'm not going to steal from him, though. Although this ointment is interesting. No, I'm not going to steal from him. He's my friend. We've talked about, you know, our life stories and stuff. That's definitely going to mean that we're going to be... Our destinies are going to be tied forever. Snell's work. What is that? That looks like one of those boards, right? When the detectives try to link some case to suspects and evidence. The thing is that say Lady Dragon, so is he investigating her? You stand before a wooden board, covered in sketches of various people, each of them connected via long red threads. What's this, Snell? He looks over to you from across the apartment. Ah, yeah. Project Visualizer. Helps me keep track of jobs. You can check it out if you want. Haven't done much other than a basic outline on the tea shop yet. I've been busy with all this running around. Looks like a ton of work. It's not really. Haven't had that much downtime yet. Once we're finished, I'll make sure to compile it into a proper report for the old lady. I'll look closer at the sketches. There's probably gonna be intelligence check, I guess. Or wisdom, or whatever, you know. You see several faces you recognize and some you don't. A birdman with a black and white pattern, along with the note tea shop owner. A bulky merman with the text rival? No, unambitious. Merman? A male merfolk, of course. Not to be confused with mermaid. Mermaid is a half-fish folk. Not always female, but still called mermaid by humans to the chagrin of their men. Okay, then. A stout-looking dwarf in uniform with a hammer symbol in the corner. Patron? A stylish orc with a freestrider heart symbol in the corner. Completely unaffiliated. Suspicious. A pale man holding... Is that orc the one that we are on a date with? I forgot the name, sadly. Stylish, kind of. I don't remember the... She was kind of about freestrider movement, right? I think. And the dwarf probably is, you know, the one of those dwarves that were protesting. I mean, trying to protest. A pale man holding a skull. No motive. That's probably the dentist, I'm gonna call him. A human with a fancy beard and a fish symbol in the corner. Suppressing info. Beware. Fancy beard. Then finally, you look over the central piece, the beautiful rendition of Lady Sageleaf herself. Her note reads, enemies, spies, city conspiracy. Interesting, interesting. What about the bed? Can I do something with, that sounds weird. Expensive material. I'm not gonna do anything weird with the bed. Come on. I'm just gonna look at it. Okay, it's a bed. It's nice. I haven't seen a bed since I came here. You stand before a simple bed frame. Look at the mattress. The mattress is extra thick. It's half and half silk material. They're known to allow the sleeper to dream into the ethereal plane. This material goes for extra in every outlet. However, the claim that these contain silk is ridiculous. Anything over a tiny fraction would make the bed half invisible. I'm not gonna take a nap right now, because we have a case to solve, but to be honest, it is already getting late in this day, so whatever is gonna happen in the next episode, we're gonna make it happen quickly and then find some lodgings, definitely. My friends, thank you for watching. If you like this episode, I would, well, encourage you to subscribe to the channel. That would be really kind of you. And we're gonna hear each other again in the next episode very soon. Take care and have a great day. Cheers!